We're going to talk a lot about Montessori and ACA Philosophies, and it's the philosophies of Antioch Charter Academy, both campuses, because we're a replicated site. You know, we're working with the same philosophies. This little oval, this is really big in our philosophies, and the learner is always at the center. And it comes out to what are some things that are really important with this learner. But with Montessori, you know, as we start that off, we found in a program as we've designed at ACA that this most important thing that we can do for our students is to really set the stage for them to be independent. Well, all of our students learn that independence and that self-discipline. Even with work, they have to look at their contract, and we may not have 20 stamp games for their place value job or their regrouping job that day. So they've got to learn to say, okay, I've got all this work to do. Right now, these guys are working with the stamp game. It's not the best use of my time just to sit there and wait. I can go do my cultural job, which is in here. I can go draw my map and get that done because that's open. So they learn how to do this and not wait around.
I think one important thing about the absence of threat is there's an actual filter that comes down in a child's brain when they feel threatened or frightened, and it's called the affective filter, and it blocks them from learning. So they have to feel very comfortable and safe to be able to learn. It has to be a relaxed environment for them. So that's a really important concept to keep in mind. That's why I think it's wonderful that the teachers have such a nice relationship with all the children, and they feel safe and they feel relaxed and then they're able to learn.
We give them opportunities in this research project, and they get to choose the topic, sometimes within a framework or sometimes just completely free choice. Something that they're really interested in, and they do we call it a performance now. We used to call it a SMART, but now we call it a performance since we took the Harvard training. So the children do a performance in each one of these areas for a topic that they're interested in, and sometimes they just amaze us with how well they understand their topics. In the upper grades, we do use a theme, and I think Montessori also uses thematic instruction, especially with cultural. You have your first you have the cosmic, the cosmos, and then you go into the continents, and each year you do have, or each trimester, I think you do the rainforest one time, and all those other things that you do. And another big way that ITI has influenced us is through our lifelong guidelines and life skills, which is kind of a character building program.
Positive discipline really is another one that just meshes right along with these lifelong skills, and this is where a lot of the discussions come, but it's the classroom meetings we have and all the problem solving, and learning to really listen at somebody else is very upset about something and how to problem solve, and no put downs there, and being honest about what happened. We're providing a learning environment where we're all, adults, children, everybody is embracing education because we're trying to help with lifelong learners. And so these children see we put a lot of responsibility on our older students. They're the role models, so their behavior and everything is like, oh gosh, I get all these privileges, but I've got to be the role model. So they know we're going to call them on it, that these 5-year-olds, they're looking at you 9-year-olds and 10-year-olds. And if you're being, goofball, if you're jumping off the ramp, they're going to follow you because they think you're really cool. So we really talk to them that way, that they have this responsibility.
And the thing about team teaching is it's not just that we at ACA II are a team, but Antioch Charter Academy as a whole is a team. The teachers work really closely together. We have meetings together. The two primaries actually have staff development together. Once a month we have a book club where we sit, and that's what Mrs. Hoban was talking about with the Montessori book. We sit and we discuss the book and how it relates to our classrooms.
We have to watch what they're doing, because you'll be surprised how much they discover on their own or how they work something out on their own. And yeah, we could stop, I mean, if it's not safe, we're going to stop the interaction. But we could stop some things, but many times I have to step back and watch what's going on. You know, our environment is a different type of environment than that many schools that are able to foster. It's not because other campuses haven't thought about this, but it's what we've built everything on with all of our philosophies.